Natalia gained 400,000 followers in 3 months using a very specific but relatively simple strategy. So today we're going to investigate and show you how to replicate it for your business and your account. This reel here came up on my feed the other day claiming to reveal the secret used to gain over 400,000 followers in 3 months on Instagram, and obviously that piqued my interest. Let's take a look. Firstly, we'll check Social Blade and just see if this is true. Now we can see that she had about 9,000 followers on October 23rd, and today on January 10th, she has about 470,000 followers. So slightly under 3 months and gained 450,000 followers. So the claim is true. What'd she actually do to achieve this result? If we look at the caption, she claims she trained the algorithm to promote her content by simply going back to her old reels, looking at the analytics to see what was performing well, and then doing more of it. Now, just gonna be straight up. You can't train the algorithm, but there are things you can do to help favor your content in the algorithm. In saying this, she is totally right about the fact you can look at what content of yours is performing well and then identify why it's performing well and take those aspects that work to simply create more content that is also likely to perform well. For example, one guy who I do some work with is a guy called Shane. He's a former boxer posting content, and he had about 15,000 followers a couple months ago. Then we published a short reel showing a combo on the bag where he's teaching you how to slip, which is a term in boxing, and it got over 587,000 views and gained him about 6,000 followers. We then made a similar video with a slight variation in which we talked about the same topic and we had the same camera angle, but we just showed a different combination that you can use the slip technique for. In that video, when it got 486,000 views and thousands more followers. So we used this strategy to get over 1 million views and 10,000 new followers pretty easily. We simply found a format that works and did more of it to grow. And Instagram know that if people enjoyed the first one, then likely they will enjoy the next one, and so they will show it to them. And then if it performs well, they're just going to show it to more and more new people. And some people might find the second one and then get recommended the first one just because of the way that the Reels algorithm can push content weeks after it's gone live. So whilst you can't train the algorithm, it works off human behavior. They look at what someone interacts with and shows them more of it. If you find that people react well to a certain type of content that you post, then you post more of it, you will grow. With Natalie specifically, we can see that back in October, she posted this reel, which I will put up on the screen, which got 275,000 views, which is a heck of a lot of views for a page that at the time only had a few thousand followers. The format of this reel was simple. It was an opening hook that was Instagram hack you didn't know existed, part 2. She both spoke this to the camera, but also had the text on the screen. This way people that were watching it but weren't listening could still get the hook. So 2 seconds into the video and she's both said the hook and written the hook. It also helps that this is a catchy hook because people are always going to want to know the secret hack. She then flips the camera to show her phone and her actually implementing this hack so you can watch her. Now the hack that she reveals isn't fully revealed until the very last second of the video where it all comes together. So unless people watch the whole way through, they won't get anything from the video. And once people have started watching the video, they don't want to leave empty-handed, so they're likely to watch the whole way through, leading to a high watch time. And then as soon as the hack is revealed, so people get the information out of the piece of content, the video ends, and that is it. This here encourages really high watch time, and so that is likely why this content performs really well, because high retention is really good in the algorithm. On top of this, in her caption, she has a call to action for people to engage with the reels by commenting reels if they want to learn how to grow their business with reels. This is giving people a strong reason to comment, which means more people comment, which means there's more engagement on the content and it'll get pushed out to more people. Now she'll be using a tool called ManyChat to automate this part, and so she's generating a ton of engagement and leads for her business doing so. Now you can either pay for a pro ManyChat account, or if you use my name Josh at checkout, they'll give you a free account for a month to you. I'll link it below if you want to try it out, and I've also got some tutorials you can look at. So with the combination of high retention and a strong reason to comment means that this video has performed really well for her. Once she noticed this working, she simply doubled down on this format, and in the last 3 months since creating that video, she's posted 102 videos with the hook Instagram hacks you didn't know, all the way from 1 up to 102. And some of the videos in this series are getting as many as 2 million, 2.7 million, 7.4 million, and 20.5 million views, which is crazy. And there's plenty of other videos that she's posted that have got a couple hundred or a few 100,000 views as well. Now, once she had that style working, she started adding in a second style of videos, which were really short 3 to 5 second reels with a trending audio, a simple video playing in the background, and a strong hook on the screen about how to get more views or leads or sales, and then a long caption explaining how, with again a call to action to comment. What happens here is because the video is short and engaging with a long caption, people will get hooked in by what is in the video. They're then prompted to read the caption, and in the meantime the video is replaying in the background, so it is really good for watch time percentage. She's posted about 100 of these as well in the last 3 months, which means she's been posting like 2 to 3 times a day between these two formats. And some of these videos in this series have been getting 500k, 800k, and one with even 4.1 million views. So what she's done is found 2 series of content that's super easy to create and people engage with, and then just published it consistently. Now, not only does this work well on an individual level of each video, but when one video goes viral and Instagram see that people are engaging with her video about Instagram hacks you didn't know part 55, they then start recommending her other videos, which might be Instagram hacks part 54 and part 56 and part 28. And so all of a sudden these other videos are getting picked up and pushed in the algorithm. That's likely where her term training the algorithm comes from, because even though she's not training the algorithm, it's just a way that it performs well in the algorithm. Now, the tricky part of this strategy is doing enough testing and staying consistent enough to find a format that works well. She hit it very early on her account. Some people might get similar results where a week into it you have something do well. Other people, you might be testing for 6 months until something just pops off. But what can you do to implement this in your business and try and get better results like she's done? Well, firstly, you got to try and find a video series that you can create over and over and over. So this could be a series of you doing something. Day 1 of trying to do this, day 2, day 3, day 4, where you're documenting you doing something, because then all of a sudden when one pops off, people come back and look at the others. Or you can use the same hook she did, hacks you didn't know about a certain topic. And then you talk about whatever your topic is, whether it's gardening, whether it's football, whether it's fitness, whether it's finance, you can do that series. You could easily come up with hundreds of ideas of content of hacks you didn't know about personal finance, and then have a massive series of videos. Or you can get creative and find something else. Second, you're going to play around with the hook until you find one that works well. This could be a bit finicky, but if you test enough, you're going to find what works. The third part of this is, once you find something that works, double down on it and post a lot of content, especially if it's a really simple format like this. If you have to do crazy edits and a ton of prep for your videos, it's understandable if you're going to post a little bit less. But if you've got something really simple like hacks you didn't know about a certain topic, and then you're just explaining it or putting it in the caption, that's a simple format of content that you can be cranking out every single day. She's been posting twice every day for like 3 months now, and that's part of the reason that her account has grown so fast. And then fourth and finally, you want to have a call to action for people to engage with your content in return for something of value. What this does is it increases the engagement on your content, because people are commenting on it because they want whatever it is you're giving away, which leads to better reach, but it'll also help you generate leads and sales for your business. In this situation, what she's doing is sending people a link to a training which she sells for $97 US. So if she has a video pop off and get 20 million views and thousands of comments, and 20 of those people turn around and buy, she just made $2,000 off a single reel performing well. Chances are she gets a lot more sales than that off a reel like that has performed so well. Now, like I said earlier, she's using a tool like ManyChat to do this, because you simply can't be sending thousands of DMs yourself manually and keeping on top of it. I have a full tutorial on how to use this tool, which I will link below. Or if you just want to explore the tool and play around and learn it yourself, you can create a free pro account by just putting my name in as the discount code. Totally up to you. So congrats to this girl who's crushing it. Hopefully you learned something today that you can take away and implement into your own strategy, and I'll see you next time.